Hi guys, I'm going to be reading chapter 2 of my sci-fi series Land of Arlenm. Hope you guys like it. Now that we are on the road heading west, the car ride is rather quiet among the passengers. Emily is resting her head back on the headrest with her eyes closed, humming along to the radio. Luke is driving below the speed limit without a care in the world. Austin is looking out the window, watching how the landscape is there one second, then gone in a blur the next. Nash and Morgan are in the far back seat. Morgan is resting her head upon Nash's shoulder, trying to console him after their spat. Nash is steadily staring out the window, regretting the cruel words he said to her earlier. Austin points out the window with excitement, trying to get Raven's attention by slightly nudging her arm with his. "Hey, look at that billboard ahead. It says something about some waterfalls. This is exactly what I was looking for in this road trip." I am beyond irritated. This is taking too long. I must do something fast to pull them in the right direction. While Raven has her attention turned out the window, I change into a vapor and slip into the speakers on her handheld device, which the humans call a cell phone. I now have complete control over her device. Without uttering a word to Austin about the waterfall billboard, Raven turns her attention back to her phone. She is again engaged in her device and breaks the silence. "Guys, listen to this. It says here on the internet that just a few towns ahead is home to the Silent Night Hotel. According to this article, the hotel has some interesting history behind it. The owners say they have seen many guests and tourists in the past years since it had been opened in 1982. The only twist to the story of this gorgeous landmark is that nobody has ever made it out of the hotel to tell about their stay. Legend has it that over 200 people have checked in the hotel, but they are never to be seen again." As the last chilling words flow off of Raven's lips, her face lights up with curiosity. She cannot help but to think, is this just a myth? Or what would our fate be if we were to stay there ourselves? Emily breaks Raven's flowing thoughts by saying cheerfully, "It sounds interesting, but it's probably just a hoax to draw in tourists, although I am up for checking out the mystery hotel." Luke follows Emily's reply in a cheerful tone. "As long as Raven can get us there, I'm up for anything." Raven smiles as she turns around in her seat in excitement. "Nash? Morgan?" They share a look before Morgan states emotionless, Yeah, we really don't care, it sounds cool." Raven is now beaming with delight as she turns all her attention to Austin, waiting for his answer. Austin responds to Raven's excitement in a stern, irritated voice. "I don't know, guys. I just feel like it would be pointless to go. I mean, nothing is going to happen. Anyway, don't you guys want to spend our money in a nicer hotel?" Austin thinks, "Why is she even asking me what I want to do? I already told her when I mentioned the billboard. All she cares about is her own plans." Raven's face drops into a disappointed frown. Before she has a chance to reply to Austin, Morgan snarls, "Oh, come on. If nothing is going to happen, then we have nothing to fear." Nash adds in a cocky manner, "It doesn't matter if he wants to go or not, guys. He's outnumbered. 5-1. Luke chases Nash's response. "Come on, guys. If Austin doesn't want to go, that's his choice. Don't be mean about it." Emily states in a sympathetic tone, "Sorry, Austin. We are still going to go investigate the hotel. I just hope that once we get there, you can have some fun." Austin stares back out the window and attempts to ignore the others as they erupt into excitement about going to the hotel. He thinks, "They didn't even hear me out about what I wanted to do." I am glad they took the bait. I slid it right into Raven's lap. I did my best trying to make the hotel sound appealing. "I'm sorry, Austin, but you are outnumbered 6-1. I cannot wait to get to the hotel myself and watch my humans unknowingly walk right into my trap." Raven starts reading off directions to Luke. I cannot help but to get lost in thoughts about my game. After almost a 2-hour car ride, Raven tells Luke in a confused tone, "The GPS is telling me there's supposed to be a road 150 feet ahead of us to the right. Does anyone see a sign for the road?" Luke pulls the van over into the shoulder on the right side of the road. Emily tells Luke while pointing her finger in the direction of the windshield, "Pull up more, maybe it's not marked." Luke begins to slowly nudge the van forward, never exceeding 10 miles an hour. Emily is the first to notice that just ahead, past some tall grass, is in fact a paved road. Without discussing it, Luke turns off the main highway, following the hidden pathway. The road looks freshly paved, although the road's surroundings look like they have remained untouched for years. The only sign of life is the overgrown vines and bushes. No more than halfway down the road, the van begins to jar all over the place, tossing everyone around from side to side. Luke pulls the van over as far as he can without going into the grass. Luke states calmly, I think we might have picked up a nail or shard of glass. You guys stay put, I'll be right back." Luke gets out of the van and proceeds to walk around it, checking all of the tires. Austin sits straighter up in the seat. I wonder if Luke needs some help. Before anyone has a chance to reply to Austin, Luke is already getting back into the van. You can see the confusion smeared across his face. Emily touches Luke's arm in concern. Is it really that bad? Luke looks around the van. He can see by everyone's face they are worried. He throws his hands up in the air in a playful way. No, nothing's wrong with the tires at all. The van's good, I promise. I don't know what happened, guys. Everyone immediately lets out a sigh of relief as Luke continues down the jerky road. 2 miles down the irregular path, the van continues to bounce around. Up ahead, a clearing comes into view. Sitting 300 feet in front of them is a hotel. There is no visible parking lot, so they must park in the front of the hotel in the grass. At first, no one attempts to get out. Austin becomes annoyed as he huffs. It looks like it's abandoned. No one's here. This is a waste of time. Nash replies eagerly, maybe there's parking in the back. We can just park here until we figure it out. Come on, guys, let's go. Everyone remains unsure as they follow Nash out of the van. Raven stops in mid-step as she suggests, guys, we should get our luggage in case there's a room available. That way we don't have to come back outside to get it. Everyone agrees except for Austin, who is visibly irritated. Raven, no one is here. I'm sure the whole place is available. Raven completely continues to ignore Austin's comment. Raven and the others, including Austin, gather up their luggage, and she begins leading them towards the alluring structure. My hotel looks more like a Victorian-style home, transformed into a hotel, rather than its original purpose. The black paint on the front and side panels looks freshly painted and untouched. There are 10 windows that are visible from the front view. They are all paired with long, light gray shutters. As sunlight breaks through the clouds, it lays across the roof, igniting into a sea of diamond-like crystals, shimmering across the shingles. With the humans distracted by the hotel, it is the perfect time for me to slip out of Raven's phone as a vapor and station myself into the hotel. They all arrive at the front door of the hotel. Morgan is in the lead now. Already approaching the front steps of the deck, she goes up first. After applying her weight to each wooden step, they creak and moan under her feet, and the others follow momentarily after. Morgan is astonished when she reaches the front doors. Guys, the doors are solid metal. Look at the extreme detail. Come check this out. The others approach the doors fast, gently gliding their fingertips against the swirling designs. Nash tries to show off in front of his friends by attempting to open the door first. After one pull, the door barely budges. He then tries using both of his hands. Luke notices the struggle on Nash's face. He steps up to help Nash with the door. Nash becomes embarrassed at Luke's gesture to help. After 3 rough tugs and a long, slow creak later, the door swings open. Luke gets distracted by Emily and he lets go of the door to leave Nash holding it alone. Nash huffs and becomes annoyed as everyone walks into the hotel before him. Upon entering, they set their bags down in the entryway. They are bombarded by the smell of pine air freshener mixed with cleaning supplies as it swirls around inside of their lungs. I watch how the girls are overtaken by the sun rays and the glow of candle flames radiating off the beautiful crystal chandelier, which is hanging directly above their heads. Morgan is in awe. Oh my gosh, it's so beautiful in here. Look over there where the guys are. Oh, I wish I had my camera. My attention is shot towards the guys, who are amused by the vintage family photos on the walls dating back to 1802. The wooden frames sit nicely against the dark purple wallpaper. I must admit, my taste in decor is rather riveting. Luke's attention is drawn past the foyer to his left. His eyes fawn upon a beautiful dark-stained wooden staircase, which leads up to the 2nd floor. He begins examining the 2nd floor. There is a black iron railing running across to prevent guests from falling to the 1st floor. 3 wooden doors are visible, numbered left to right, 4 through 6. His focus is diverted to just right of the staircase, to the check-in desk. He smiles as he nods his head. Come on, guys, this way. I watch as they slowly start making their way over to me. I can feel the heat begin to rise under my skin and my palms start sweating. Luke comes face to face with me. He looks me up and down. He notices I'm about the same age as them. I stand roughly 6 feet in height. My body is slimmer than an average man. It would appear I am nothing but a skeleton wrapped tightly in pale skin. Luke studies my long, slim face, which shows dark circles under my pale green eyes. My black hair is pulled back into a small ponytail on the back of my neck. It accents my attire of a black suit and tie. I see his body slightly tense as he asks me, "Do you have any rooms available for tonight?" Before I have a chance to answer Luke, Austin questions me, "Is this hotel really haunted, and is it true that nobody gets out alive?" Austin and Luke both share a look, while they unknowingly share the same thought. This is actually pretty cool. I try to hide my smile. "You do not have to worry about any real haunting, sir, and I, myself, have seen a few people leave." I shift my attention back onto Luke. "Sir, I only have 1 room available, room number 10, although it is large enough to accommodate all 6 of you." Luke rolls his head back as he thinks. Would one room really be comfortable enough for all 6 of us? He then turns to the others. Well, what do you guys think? Do you want to stay here or not? Raven tries to conceal her smile. We came here to check it out. Since there's only one room left, I guess it kind of sounds like it was meant for us. Luke turns back to me. Okay, we'll take it. How much is it for a night? I'm having the hardest time trying to keep a straight face as I speak. $200, which includes the price of dinner and breakfast. But we will deal with that during checkout. While I have you here, can I please have each of you sign your names in this book? It's just for my own personal record keeping to prove you stayed here. Luke grabs a pen off the desk, holding it firmly in his right hand. He rubs his left hand gently across the coffee-stained pages. I watch intensely as each one scrolls her name. Morgan is the last. I cannot help but notice she finishes her signature with a heart. I tend to have a knack for noticing even the smallest details. After all, you never know when they might come in handy. I hand Luke the keys. I can feel the warmth radiate off his skin. It is electrifying to have one of my humans this close. I can barely contain my excitement. I then explain, if you take the staircase up to the 4th floor, your room is the only room up there. You cannot miss it. They pick up their luggage, then head for the 2nd floor. I watch to make sure they are fully out of view before I slowly close the book they just signed. I then gently trace the font on the cover with my fingertips that reads, willing to play the game. I smile as I whisper to myself, the only thing you do not know about the Silent Night Hotel is that I lured you here. Soon, the game begins.